Oh, snap. Oh, we talking about that. Yikes. Oh, that's some real stuff right there. So, comparenting. All right.
Edit out my ums. It's gonna be a lot of them.
You made that up. That's dope. Hashtag comparenting.
I think subconsciously we be comparenting all the time. I don't mean to, but I definitely think it happens all the time.
I don't compare my kids to anybody else's. They're different. They're unique. I'm an educator, so we've learned very quickly that when you start comparing kids to one another, you tend to misdiagnose.
He like, damn, look at his kid. Why is he so cool and chill and just relaxed? Why this one got a beat out? Why?
I think a lot of it has to do because she's not in daycare or any other type of like social environment with kids on a consistent basis. So now I see other kids and see what they doing. So then I'd be wanting to make sure she's still doing the same things on the same level.
But I was worried that on the development track where he would fall out, right? Because there's a lot of friends that we have, yourself being one, who had kids all around a similar time frame. So I had actually near real-time data of where different individuals' kids were. So I was like, holy smokes, what is Alex doing? Why isn't he doing this?
He was like 2.5 maybe, and we're wondering like, why is this kid taking forever to learn how to say words correctly? We're over here looking at special schools or something like that or whatever so they can work with the kids. And then kind of find out, man, we take him to the doctor, they check his ears, and they told us that's what it was. He has fluids in his ears. The way the doctor explained it to us, like when I talk to him or whoever talks to him, it's like someone trying to hear you from under the water. And then, I was surprised too, man. So many kids go through that. There was a lot of kids scheduled for surgery for that. And that's the only time I used to wonder, like, why is this kid the same age and he's saying so much more than my son?
But I think one areas where I was actually concerned was with crawling. I remember, I think we watched Taj. When I came home from work, Taj was like pulling himself up, and I was like, holy smokes, this dude's like seconds away from walking. And I was like, this dude Alex ain't even crawling yet. So that's what I was like, holy smokes, I think he might be falling behind. So I actually had asked one of the groomsmen in my wedding, and he gave me the best advice, and I've lived by it ever since then. He said, as long as my kid's trying, I don't care. That's all that I ask, is that they try. It's really, you can't compare two people.
When she was younger, it was a little girl that my wife's friend used to know. So she would always talk about how that child was developing. For whatever reason, my daughter just ended up jumping in like levels and started walking before her, started grabbing things before her, started speaking before her. So then I just realized that it's all relative at that age. It's things that all happen when they happen.
So after that, I stopped worrying about what other folks' kids are doing, and just said, he's going to develop at the pace that he's going to develop, and whatever his capability is, that's what we'll work with, and we'll work to, push him forward. That's my job as dad.